I've been there when you've been distracted trying to do the work, or when you're going overboard, eating whenever you want. No daily routine to speak of. And because of this, I've been able to stick to any tasks that I wanted to do, and my productivity has just wavered drastically. And some days were just complete write-offs. Motivation is a word that gets thrown around a lot. You need to be motivated. You need to be motivated to achieve your goals. People could be motivated by different things. Money, material objects, work, to be recognized by your peers or family. Motivational quotes may get you pumped up for a while, but what role does motivation play in your everyday life? So this video is not to downplay what motivation actually does, but more so to highlight I think there's another factor which I think is vital for success. Motivation is great to get you started. It's the thing that gets you out to bed. It's the thing that gets you to go to work or start a course that you've been wanting to do. Motivation comes from the word motive. It's why you are doing something, the reason and the underlying drive behind it. Leadership expert Simon Sinek talks about the power of why and why you should know your reason why for doing things. He states that why provides a compelling intrinsic motivation. It's the fuel and the fire, and you're more likely to stay focused. Now, I'm a type of person that I'm very much into my healthy eating and fitness. And from time to time, my food diet can be constrained. And one thing I've realized over time is that one thing you do need is self-discipline. Before, self-discipline was a thing that I thought was an innate characteristic of somebody. And over time I've learned there's power in having a routine. And it would amaze me that the small behaviours and actions that I would take would play a larger role in my long-term goals. And over time, when I would look back at pictures, I would be amazed at the progress that I had made just because of small actions that I had taken. And one of the key parts of motivation was staying disciplined through difficult times. And trust me, obstacles will be thrown at you. When you start your journey of self-discipline, you'll be highly motivated to get yourself into some type of routine. And the real test is when obstacles try and derail you from your routine. Such as that offer to go out and have drinks when you know you need to wake up at 5 AM the next morning. Or that piece of cake that you've been offered in the office when you fully know that you shouldn't really be eating that. Don't allow external factors to dictate how you adhere to your new disciplined routine. If you allow this to happen, you'll be forever a slave to things that you cannot control. You can't control what someone offers you or the situations you are in, but you can control your decision. So to use my gym analogy, sometimes I'm not motivated to go to the gym. I don't want to wake up at 5 AM. I don't want to go out into the cold. I don't want to have to make that journey into the gym. But my self-discipline kicks in and it's almost automatic where I don't even think about it. I just get up and go. So self-discipline for me is the ability to control yourself and work hard even when you don't want to do it at times. So why doesn't motivation work at times? Motivation doesn't work because sometimes it strikes us. It strikes us like a hammer, and sometimes it can last for a day or so, and most of the time it doesn't actually have enough energy to keep us going, and it's impossible to maintain. And sometimes you feel worse, like having a sugar rush. You feel that surge of motivation and then it disappears. This is why sometimes motivational speeches don't work. A motivational event is a one-off event, but the reality is you wake up and you're the same person. The definition of motivation is usually categorized as the force that causes action. A prerequisite, a pre-something, something that is required before you actually start. And there's the common thought that if you aren't motivated, you can't do the work. But for me, motivation is something that comes after you start. Like I said before, once I'm in the gym, once I'm active, that gives me even more motivation. And I've trained myself to feel the rush of endorphins from this. And one of the best parts of working out for me is once I've finished and having a shower. While the endorphins are still fresh, I'm thinking about the workout that I've just done, and I think back on the past hour of that workout and pat myself on the back and think, right, that was a successful workout. Starting is hard because motivation doesn't make it easy to start. Starting provides motivation to finish. And I think one of the keys to understanding motivation is you need to celebrate small wins. This is the same concept behind a sales team that have to hit monthly targets, or with Weight Watchers, they have to weigh themselves in on a weekly basis. These are all to motivate themselves on a weekly or monthly basis in order for them to carry on and work harder. So motivation is something you get from yourself automatically, from feeling good about a small goal, doing the right things the right way, over and over again. So don't fall into the motivation trap. The motivation trap, as stated by Dr. Russ Harris, states that we wait to feel motivated before we take any action. The problem is that if you are always waiting for motivation to hit, you may be waiting your whole life. While you're waiting on motivation, motivation is waiting on you. Because committed action comes first and motivation comes second. So one thing I do value is staying healthy. So I've set a goal for myself is to exercise at least 4 days a week. So my valued action is to get up and go to the gym, whether I feel motivated or not to go. And what would be the alternative? To wait at home and just wait for motivation to strike? Take a committed, valued action. So figure out what you value in life. Family, friends, work, staying healthy. If you focus on action and not motivation, you may realize that motivation was all a myth. So if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in another one. Thank you for watching.